In Sham, when a young student shows signs of trauma, his parents act swiftly against his middle school teacher. But all may not be as it seems, leading the scales of justice to tip in fascinating, heartbreaking ways. Sham is directed by Takashi Miike, a legendary director who has directed films such as 13 Assassins and Audition, and Sham debuted at the 2025 Tribeca Film Festival and just debuted at the 2025 Fantasia Film Festival. This film, Sham, is based on a true story. In 2003, in Fukuoka, Japan, the parents of a Japanese boy whose teacher told him to commit suicide sued the teacher for 13 million yen, which is $120,000 in damages. The lawsuit says the unidentified youngster has refused to go to school since his teacher told him to jump from a condominium and die. And in this film, Sham, the first 20 minutes of this film is told from the viewpoint of this young boy and his parents. And then after about 20 minutes of the film, we get into the court, and this teacher is able to tell his side of the story, and then he basically says that the story that this young boy and his mother is basically just a sham, and then we get the title cards of the film, and then but basically most of the rest of the film is told from the teacher's perspective. And this film is basically a courtroom thriller, a courtroom drama. I'm a bit of a sucker for courtroom drama. I did quite enjoy this film quite a bit. The first half of the film is basically just leading up to this court case, and then what the teacher is going through with the media scrutiny, and he loses his job. He gets suspended from his job for 6 months, and he can't do teaching anymore, and the effect it has on him, his mental health and his family. And then the second half of the film is the court case between him and the mother of the boy and the boy. And because I was not aware of the true story of this film while watching this film, there was still a little bit of doubt in my head as to if because the film is trying to get us to feel for this teacher, because basically he's wrongly accused of abusing his student that's in his homeroom class. And because I wasn't aware of the ending at the film, there was still a little bit of doubt in my head as to if is this teacher just pretending not to be this type of abusive teacher. But there's a little bit of ambiguity throughout the film, but by the end of the film we do get to know the truth. While I do recommend checking out this film, and I really did enjoy watching this film, I would have liked to have seen a little bit more viewpoint of the boy and his mother and their motives. We don't really get to find out what the motives of the mother and the boy were. I assume it was money. The role of the teacher is played by Go Ayano, and he's fantastic in this film. He really carries the film. He's almost in every scene of the film except for the flashbacks. And there's a lot of side characters in this film. His lawyer, because he has a lot of trouble finding someone to take his case, so he ends up finding this very low budget lawyer, and it ends up being like a underdog story. And then there's a lot of other amusing side characters in this film as well. I give Sham 3.5 stars out of 5. I definitely recommend checking out Sham. There's a lot of ambiguity as the film goes on. You get the stories told from multiple viewpoints, and then we're not quite sure who to believe. And it does end up coming to a nice, satisfying conclusion at the end of the film. And Go Ayano as a teacher who really carries the film. He's fantastic in this film. And if you're a fan of courtroom dramas, I definitely recommend checking out this film, Sham. Thanks for watching. What did you think of Sham? Please comment below what you thought of the film. See you next time. Bye.